So, this is my first video. So, let's call it the intro. It's the intro video for a topic that it's been sort of culminating and brewing for a long time. And at this point in my life, it suddenly made sense. One of those moments.
Listen, I have a fabulous idea.
So, I said, how do I share my message? Well, YouTube. Am I too old for YouTube? I questioned it, but I'm here anyways. So there are going to be a few terms that I created that you're going to be hearing about. And I'm going to use them quite a bit. So I want to give you the definitions up front.
But I'm so excited. I'm so
excited.
excited.
First, YAB. What does that stand for? Young adult baby. Because when our babies aren't babies anymore, they're still our babies. Then Max Mom. This is a big one. So we're going to get into that a lot more. And so Max of my generation, think totally to the max. That might ring a bell. And the third one is the line. And this is that, where do we step in? Where do we step back? It's different with a YAB. When, I've looked at videos, there are thousands of videos for moms with little kids. And with those kids, there is no line. There is no line. But with a YAB, totally different story. So, first we need to figure out, are you a Max mom? Now this is top of the list. So there are 4 characteristics, and I'm going to connect these through all future videos. And I hope you come back for all of them. There are 4. The fourth being probably the most difficult, the most challenging for moms, but particularly for a Max mom. And you'll understand why. So the first is detached devotion. Okay, what's it mean? It's kind of like tough love, but I needed to think of something that made a little more sense for a Max mom. This is when you are detaching yourself from offering your YAB all the answers, giving them all the answers. I know, it's crazy talk.
This is crazy!
Because if you're not giving them all the answers, so you start thinking about all of the bad things that could possibly happen, and your mind goes all different places, and it's all because you didn't give them the answers. You didn't hand them all of the information they might need, whether they wanted it or not. So number 2 is the guilt ledge. And this is different from mom guilt. Mom guilt comes and goes. The guilt ledge, you have been teetering there for about 20 years. And it's starting to ring a bell, right? Okay. So this all stems pretty much, the center core of the guilt ledge is from saying no.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
So when they're little, we might say no to that play date because we haven't really done them very much. And no to the sleepover because we really don't know them. No to going to the mall with your friends and no adults. No to getting in the car with all kids. Terrifying, right? So that is the guilt ledge. And now the other side of the guilt ledge is twofold here. So the second part is when you say no, you are ruining their lives. The drama. You are ruining their lives, whether they said it to you or not. You are probably thinking it because, and these are more things we'll get into in later videos. Stay tuned. Because you know, or at least you think you know, that at this party that we said no, they couldn't go to because we know the parents are out of town and they're away and no way. But something might happen at that party that's like all the talk. And when they get back to school, because they're in high school at this point, and they'll all be talking about it. And my YAB won't be able to be a part of the conversation because they were not at the party because I said no. And now they are left out, they're outcasts, they don't have any friends, and it's all my fault, right? Whether they think so or not. Max moms, it's all your fault. And you live on that guilt ledge. I do. Certainly do. The third is over prep. So again, this is something that has a twofold to it. An over prep starts from day one with the diaper bag. That diaper bag has everything in it. It has diapers, it has change of clothes, it has wipes. Oh, wipes. It has medicine, the nose sucker, if you can think of it, it's in there. And there's enough. So say you gotta go on the lam for 3 days. You've got supplies, you're good.
Hey, you guys are packing sunscreen, right?
So now you go from the diaper bag to the bag. Okay, and this is different. Moms carry a purse. Max moms carry a bag. And this bag, at any given moment, will always have snacks, drinks, change of clothes, maybe not an outfit, but some clothes. Toys in case they need to be entertained. You're still carrying those wipes around, because we always need them. And so on and on and on. And you're probably thinking of all the things that you've carried in your bag. And you have this bag with you at all times. At all times, because you may be like running to the store and the kids are with you and it's like maybe max half hour to an hour. But something might happen and you might end up in a day trip, and that day trip, you had to be prepared. And now you are prepared for that day trip just in case. So that bag is with you always. Now, the next step, so this is the twofold part. Now, they're leaving. So our YAB is not going to be there for us to give them all of the stuff all of the time. Right? How will they survive? Now, to prepare them for this departure, for me, my kids went off to college. Your kids could be going, I don't know, all different places. Mine went off to college. So I had to make sure that they were over prepped, like I have been their entire lives. So I over prepped them. Here's a couple of examples because there were a lot of ways, but two big examples. One is we'll call it their med kit. It's a bin. And in that bin, there are every size of Band-Aid possible. There's gauze tape, Bassett trace anointment. You never know. I found these little ice packs, Dollar Tree. And those are all these different things. And, medicines, cold medicines, everything. Now they have everything in that kit. Everything that if they were sick or hurt and with me, I would hand them to them. I would take care of it. But they're not. So I had to send them with a little box of mom. And the second example of over prepping was as freshmen in college, I sent them with a toolkit. Now, this is the coolest toolkit. I highly recommend checking it out. Got it on Amazon. It is this bag, kind of a canvas type thing. And it's this bag, and it's got every tool imaginable. This tool bag will carry them through life. It's more tools in it than I have in my toolbox. Now they are prepared. They're prepared. So if they want to open a clinic or build a house, they've got everything they need, pretty much. The other side of that is if you've ever lived in a dorm, you really get what I'm saying. If someone needs something in a dorm, they'll walk up and down the hall and they'll ask for it. Does anyone have blah, blah, blah. Well, I want my kids to be the go-to person because she has a Band-Aid, all different sizes. He has a hammer and screwdrivers and all of that. So they become the go-to. And so this way, if someone needs a Band-Aid and they go to her for the Band-Aid, and maybe she makes a friend, and maybe she makes friends with that person's group of friends, and it goes on, and it builds to this like great popularity and everything. Being the go-to person now lets me try to help them make friends. I can't be with them to give them that advice that of course they would want and need if they were with me. All right, so number 4. And like I said, this is the most difficult one. And Max Moms, you're gonna really get this. It's called self-ID. What does that mean? If your identity and your purpose is completely wrapped up and entangled in running their lives, from everything from the schedules, the organizing, the get-togethers, the play dates, the driving, the pickups, the everything. You are in control of it because there's no line. So now they're gone. Now they've moved off. Now they're not with me. What's my purpose? Who am I? What do I do?
I mean, I guess I literally have no idea who I am.
I mean, I literally went through this. And it took me a while to try and figure out because people would say, all the free time you have now. No, I want that free time. I don't know. This is uncharted territory. I don't know what to do with all this free time. Like my hobby. I don't know. Start a YouTube channel. To recap, number 1, detached devotion. Number 2, guilt ledge. Number 3, over prep. And number 4, self ID. So if you were listening to me and you were maybe getting a little anxiety, you were the thinking of, oh my gosh, yes, absolutely, or you twinge or cringe or something, you are a Max Mom. if you were listening to me and you thought, she's kind of off her nut, you're a mom. I often envy you. I don't understand you, but I often envy you. The question we need to dive into next is, how did we become Max moms? How did we get here? Well, maybe, maybe it was something like an experience in years gone by when you were younger, and it was a time where it was obviously not a very positive experience, and now you want to protect your YAB. And you've been trying to protect them their whole lives. They've been here, but now they're gone. And now we've got this line of how much we can interfere and how much we can step in, how much we need to step back. What do they need from us? If you're pushing that line too much, then they might stop sharing with you. And that would be horrible. So it's important to understand why you are an ex-mom. So, like I said, maybe it's something that happened in your past and you're trying to protect them from all of that. Maybe you were raised by an ex-mom, so that's what you know. And I'm sure there are many other reasons which we will discover on this journey. So again, why is this important? We want to keep building that relationship with our YAB. We don't want it to dwindle away because they're not here. So I have a very long list of topics. It's even on a spreadsheet of ideas that I would like to dive into in future videos. But what's really important is if you can, now here's your your homework. Now in the comments, tell me what your thoughts are. What kind of epiphanies maybe you had, or what rang a bell, or even if you're not a Max mom, there might be something that kind of came to mind. I need that input because if you're thinking it, I guarantee someone else is thinking it. So don't be afraid to say it. And that can let me know that I am, talking about things that you're interested in, because I'd like you to come back. On that note, please hit subscribe. And you can hit the little bell too, because that will let you know that Kelly has a new video up. Go watch it. So that is the other. And the last one, if you were at all interested in the topic or just maybe entertained, you could hit that like button and it would be super too. So I thank you very much for being here. And again, comments, subscribe, and thumbs up. And I look forward to our next video together. And thank you very, very much for being here.